Saturday?
It's coming up soon.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll say some prayers for you, bro. All right. Here we go. A lot of prayers for Coach Rick and his football teams. We need everybody.
Is that right, Coach? 48-10. Is that what happened?
It was brutal.
Ouch.
It was brutal.
Did you just walk away? Just like
I turned on the Charlie Kirk thing on my headset and went outside and cut the grass.
That was probably the right move.
Yeah, that was the right move.
I was walking around with tears in my eyes streaming down my cheeks, and people thought I was upset about the Bengals. No.
You're upset about Detroit kicking everybody's ass. All right. So today I want to talk about burnt out. Is anybody on the call burnt out? Is anybody like, man, like put in the box. If you are burnt, I want to know it. I want to feel it. If you're burnt out, I want to have a serious conversation today. Devin and I wish you could have just been in the green room before, but because we kind of spelled it out there. Toasted, done. Put some colorful words in there. Burnt out. That's why I missed yesterday. I was asleep. Like it. All right. Sleeping's good. Done.
Well, like Andrew's office, I was earlier this year.
Ooh, okay.
So I want to talk about how we get past it. You know what I mean?
Andrew, man. Okay. All right. I'm going to pick on you if you don't mind. How'd you get out of the funk?
Man, I changed my daily habits.
Okay. I like that. And so,
stop sleeping late.
Oh, stop sleeping late. Okay, I love that too. Okay, well, is that really what it was? You think that's what it was? Just sleeping late, just getting up earlier?
No.
Oh, okay.
Sleeping late. I was picking on Dion.
Okay.
But no, I started putting myself first, and instead of letting everything else drive me, I started driving the bus. And that has changed my mental space, which then that just reverberates through the rest of the day.
Got it. Okay. All right.
Therapy taught me that.
Yes. Yeah. And I think you always got, So I want to address a couple things today. And Devin and I talked about this, and he heard somebody talk about it the other day too. And I want you to share, Devin, what you heard. But I think what I feel for me, and I'll just talk about myself, and this is, and everybody's a little bit different on what's burning them out or what's got, I don't think it's, because we all like making money. So that obviously you never get burned out doing that, but what it takes to make the money and what our life looks like and what our daily success looks like, daily activities look like. And I think one of the things that Devin and I were talking about in the green room was like, before we jump on here, is we're always on. We are addicted to technology, to dopamine hits, to social media, to webinars, to what's happening. We never, ever shut it off, ever. 24/7, 365. I'm like 7 days a week. We say, all right, we're going to, maybe you might take a half a day Friday, but you're still on your phone. You're still on social media. You're still like, well, what do I post? And why do I post? Because I want to get those dopamine hits and I want to interact with people. I want to do all this stuff. And so, and Devin, you can probably touch this a little bit too, but I think one of the things is like, we have to learn to put it away. Because if we don't have our phone, how many of you, be honest, leave your computer where we're sitting right now and go grab a laptop and go sit on the couch and go right back at it, or go find a different spot to look at? Anybody? Yeah. Right.
I used to.
Yeah, I used to. Yeah. For 10 years, can't get away from 12-hour days. I love what I do, but exhaust is constant for me. Okay, cool. So here's what I did. And I'm starting to do this more and more. If you walk away from your computer, you got to do that. All computers, close them, shut them off. But more importantly, the phone is, I think, cause think about last night I put it away. I was with my wife. I put it away, and we were having a conversation, and we were talking, and questions come up. So what do you grab when a question comes up that you don't know the answer to? Your phone. And then a half hour later, you're like looking at Facebook post, like you literally lose track of what you're even talking about because now you're distracted by 10,000 other like text messages, email alerts, Roam, Zoom, like Teams, all the things that we have on our
phones.
Roam
in there, man. Come on, don't pick on
Dude,
Roam.
I love Roam. I love well, I was thinking about this last night, Devin, and I think this is another thing. Like how many conversation pieces, technologies do we have where we're talking to people and we're checking all the different platforms all the time?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh man, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, some of you guys TikTok, right? And then you got all your work stuff, Teams, Roam.
Yeah. So Devin, share with us. Yeah, go ahead, Rick. Did you have something?
I think Andrew really hit it on the head. I mean, you got to change. You got to make a change. You got to definitely make a change to get out of the burnout, because if you think about it, the people that have been in this business for 10, 20, 30 years, since 2008, it's almost like we've been in a war. Even though 2010 through 2020 were good to great for a lot of people, for me, those years were incredible.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people that never made the comeback, going all the way back to 08, 9, and 10. They've never reached the levels that they've gotten. And I think that's twofold. One is, I think they just don't want to do the work that they did previously to get to the level that they were at. There's something about, I've been there, I've done that, I don't want to do it again. And if that's burnout, then Andrew hit it on the head. You got to make a change. Change your daily schedule. Turn your phone off at a certain time. Typically my phone, anybody that knows me, is after about 8 o'clock, mine goes on to sleep mode, and I pretty much turn everything off. I set it on the charger and I try to be present. When I go to my mom's on Monday nights, I pretty much turn it off when I walk in the door, or I just leave it in the car so I don't even have it with me. And you just have to make small changes like that. And then, get up and get yourself going in the morning, do some exercise, do some red light therapy. I just was hearing something this morning, a little red light therapy is 2 times better for your emotions than antidepressants.
Really?
And so,
right,
do something different, change it, go out and take a walk at, 7 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, or whatever, but make a change, make it good for your health, but make it good for your mind. So
I want to get serious here, because who's in this boat? Who's in this boat that can't shut it off? Like, be honest. I can only see a couple faces. Go ahead and unmute yourself and say I. Like I'm addicted to stuff, and I can't. Like I have a hard time just being alone in my own body and my own mind with whoever I'm with. Nobody?
Oh, we got a hand up. We've had a couple of. Dion had her hand up.
Okay.
We got
Andrew,
Cynthia with her hand up.
There's been a few people.
All right.
Yep.
So how do we?
Right there.
Because here's the thing: you're gonna wake up one day and go, "Man, I missed so much time with the people that actually matter. I missed so many moments." I'm doing a lot of I'm listening to a lot of different things and trying to figure out myself personally, but like happiness, peace, the one thing, but like, how do you have happiness and peace when you always want to be somewhere else? And when I say somewhere else, it's on a phone and on Facebook and TikTok and Instagram and all these places that we hang out, where we see all these other lives that people are living. Are they real? Are they real?
Well, I think that goes back to comparison is the thief of joy, right? And you guys have heard me talk about that on here before. We cannot compare ourselves to where somebody else is. We got to compare ourselves to where we are in our journey. And if we want to go somewhere, we just have to do what it takes to get to that point in our life. But there's somebody that's on here, and I just want to bring her up because we had a good conversation last week. We're doing a podcast soon, and that's Kim Mason. And Kim, we know you just took some time off, but you follow another schedule and you follow it religiously. And I would just love for you to share a little bit about how you take Fridays. And can you share that with us?
I think she's on a
Absolutely.
bike right now
so
as well.
That's what I put in the chat was to prevent burnout. I sprint, recover. And so I decide at the beginning of the year what weeks I'm going to sprint and what weeks I'm going to recover throughout the year. And I have like 10 to 12 weeks of recovery built into the year. Because if you win 9 weeks out of 12, you win the year. Or I'm sorry, 9 months out of 12, you win the year. So, so that's I have a rhythm, because when I recover, when I come back, I'm so much better. So my sprint is world class. If my recovery is world class, right there, it's both and. So, and then when I'm recovering, I don't feel bad, because I know when I'm recovering it's for the good of the people I serve, because I serve them at such a higher level when I'm not burned out. And then on Fridays, so for about the last 5 years, maybe 6 now, I don't have office hours on Fridays. I knew that I was going to have grandkids when, my son got married or proposed. And that's when I started taking Fridays off, because I knew for my whole life that I wanted Fridays to be with my grandkids someday. And so, and I knew that you can't just turn that off. Like, that takes a while to set that expectation.
Habits.
So I don't schedule anything ever. No meetings on Fridays, no matter what. And I have been a regional leader at mortgage company where there were meetings on Fridays that I was expected to attend, and I didn't. So like, it's hardcore, draw the line. And I will take a phone call from a good partner. It's not like I don't care anymore about my partner, but I don't do the, like, I need a new pre-approval letter because I have an LOA. And that if someone else can do it, then that's what I'm going to do. Also, I've done several adventure races, 5 of them, and it takes about 15 hours of training during the week. So Fridays were my training day when I didn't have grandkids. So I have a whole day that I can just do whatever I want. I can be with my family. I can train if I have a race. I can work on my business. I like to write a lot. I love to write. So on Fridays, if I wanted to, I could just sit and write all day. I could write whatever I want, or I could create workshops, or I could map out a new plan, because that kind of thing makes me happy. But it's because I want to. And Friday, and when I live in Key West, that was one of my lifetime goals. I live in Key West for my husband and I for 2 to 4 months of the year. We have a home there. And on Fridays, I go to the beach every Friday when I'm in Key West, and I don't feel bad about it. Like, I listen to a fiction audiobook and hang out at the beach all day. And I cover every 3rd weekend for pre-approvals and, what's needed. So I have 2 team members that rotate with me. So it's not like even if I'm going to be on that weekend, like, available, I know that I have Friday that's for me. And I found that to be really significant in helping me prevent burnout.
Well, you just said something that kind of runs into what Scott and I were talking in the green room. I was on a Ford mastermind last week, and a gentleman by the name of Kevin Sturdivant, who's a real estate agent out in California. And just to give you an idea what kind of production this guy's doing, $168 million in the last 12 months. And all that sounds astronomical, but he does $3 million loan amounts on average. So, I mean, the math adds up, right? But he said the same thing. He said that when he's not feeling it, and his isn't quite as scheduled as Kim. He's a California guy, right? So, but he said when he's not feeling it, he lets his team know he's not coming in because he knows he's not at his best. And he said that taking that time, that mental time to get right, is what allows for him to work on such a high level. And he does, clearly, right? Works on a very, very high level. So, I think there's something to that. The other thing that he said, and I think this is a home run, and Scott kind of hinted at this a minute ago, is that when he comes home, because he wants to be there for his kids, his phone goes on airplane mode for the first several hours. Now, he said he may log on 9 o'clock at night and work until 2 o'clock in the morning. But at the end of the day, he's getting that mental break so that he has the ability to do that focus and be there and be present for his family. And I thought that was, something really important. Yeah.
Yeah. And also it depends on, like, each individual is different. Your energy and when you have the most energy is different. So tune into that. If you're a morning person, a night person, like for me, I'm a morning person. My energy is create, execute, or like the beginning. I like the start of things and I like the execution. And then I just tank. Like, I don't have a lot of energy at the end of the day. I don't have a lot of energy at the end of the week or the end of the year. So I have to create new starts for myself to regain my energy. And so, but I know that about myself during the week, which is why I picked Friday for my day. And So one of my mantras is win by one on Wednesday. So I sprint so hard on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And for winning for me is my lead gen activities, my green zone activities. So
Interesting.
if I can win those by 1 o'clock on Wednesday, and then I have a whole nother day and a half
to chill,
to do,
coast,
like do all the things, the
Yeah.
transactional things or whatever it is, or coffees and so that's kind of like, so Thursdays is more of a catch up day. And
love it.
I plan my client events or realtor events. If it's going to be after hours, it's a Wednesday, always Wednesday. Because on Thursday, I'm starting to like go, and
Love
so
it.
I'm aware of like what my energy rhythm is.
Gotcha. Thanks for sharing.
I
Anybody
think
else?
Kim just hit another point there. Set a time.
So-
She
yeah, I
said
love that.
something about 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and
Let's be done.
if you've got a family and you've got sports and all that kind of stuff, I understand that. If you're, like just me and my wife at home now, if dinner is going to be at 6 and you're helping, then turn it off at 5:30. I don't care what's going on. Turn it off. Go upstairs. It's already after hours in some parts of the country. Do what you need to do, and then if you have to jump back on, do it after you've spent that mind time where you've recovered. A little sprint through the day, recover, and if you have to, but what I found is you can turn it off at night and not turn it on until first thing in the morning, and most of the time you're okay. If you see something come across and you think you have to respond to it, then respond to it, but at least take that time initially to take the break. And if you have kids, and you're not running the sports, gosh, if you can 1 day a week or 2 days a week, just spend an hour and a half sitting at the dining room table, and spend time with them, talking to them. Nobody has phones. Have a basket for your phones. It's refreshing to do that kind of stuff.
Can I ask 2 questions to Kim real quick?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Kim, so first question is, how do you choose which weeks are going to be your priority weeks? And then number 2 is, if the market changes and there becomes some refi opportunities, do you adjust your schedule?
Good questions. Okay, so first, what I pick are the weeks I'm going to take off. So
Right, like at the
so I
beginning of the
don't
year,
pick.
December.
Yeah, I don't pick the weeks that I'm going to sprint. I pick the weeks I'm taking off, and that is shaped around first. My first big rock is family. So what are the family plans for the year? And I have my annual calendar, so I'm blocking those times off. And if say it's a long weekend, like a family thing, I'll take the whole week off, like make it, stretch out, make it a whole week or 2. And then, so I plan that first. And then I look at like, what events am I going to go to? Like what industry events am I going to attend for learning and growth? And then I'll make that into a week as well. And then I always have some staycations where like we have a little cabin here in Washington State. And so I'll have staycations there for a couple of weeks, actually at least 2 weeks of my time off, where I'm not having to travel. I'm just going to somewhere peaceful. And then when we're in Key West, I always take some time off there as well, just in our home there. But it's, so it's not like big fancy stuff that I'm doing, but it's time that I can recover. And so those are blocked first. And then I plug in what my sprint's going to be. And I pay attention to how long the sprint is. Because a sprint could only be 3 weeks, maybe. You might end up only having 3 weeks in between these 2, times off. But then I decide, well, I'm sprinting hard that 3 weeks. But then sometimes the sprint is 12 weeks. And I like to have at least 2 really long sprints, right? Like 10 to 12 weeks, because you get that momentum and consistency. And I like that
Results,
feeling.
Yeah.
But at the end of a long sprint, I'm getting at least 2 weeks off. So I kind of look at the whole year, and that's how I plan
And you
it out.
don't veer, no matter what the
planning.
market's doing. No matter what the market's doing, that's your
No matter
plan.
what the market's doing.
Yeah.
And okay, and then the question about refis, because certainly in 2020, I mean, I couldn't go anywhere. So I did work a lot, and I didn't have as much, like I couldn't go anywhere. We just stayed at our beach house, our cabin, and didn't leave. We're in Washington State. We were locked down. So that's different. But if it's just if it is a refi boom, I still pretty much have the same schedule. And I think because what I put on myself, here's my mindset. I am getting 7 days worth of work done in 4 days.
Amen.
And I am not
Amen.
effing around. Like when I am on, I am like,
it's a choice.
Nobody's messing with me. Nobody's interrupting me. And I'm a branch manager. And for most of my career, I had 20 employees in the same building with me. They don't come knock on my door. They get on my calendar, even though they're right outside my door. So I would time block every single day of my whole calendar, and then I snip it and send it to my whole branch. So they know what I'm doing. They know that I'm busy, like in a good way. I'm productive. I'm focused. I'm making money. And so they know not to come interrupt me unless it's really important. And then they can ask, and I'm all in. I'll help you. But I think it's kind of about setting the expectations and the boundaries and really
Shutting
going
stuff
hard
off.
for
Yeah.
that sprint.
Yeah.
There's no
Love it.
time for scrolling
Yeah.
because I'm
Because if
too
your system,
committed.
I mean, if your systems are in place, your team's in place, no matter what the volume is, you're going to have growing pains or growth pains or influx of, but those are things you fix in the 4 days a week, Monday through Wednesday, win by Wednesday. You fix that stuff. So the rest of the weeks are smooth. You keep, adjusting and changing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Dion, you have a question? Dion, ask the underwriter. Is this an underwriting question? Because I don't know it.
You guys are so funny. First, I want to say that my problem is actually Scott, Coach Rick, and I can't remember my other person's name. It's all your fault. I have never been on a coaching call every single day. And I've been on this coaching call every day. Has it been a month, Scott?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
what I ended up having to do, and I'm old school. I know I look really, really young, guys, but I have grandchildren. My oldest is 32.
Wow.
So
Nice.
I'm a paper person. You can't see it because of my virtual background. The reason why I overslept on Monday is because I took probably about 2 months worth of paper. I did a brain dump. I typed the brain dump up, put it into Chat GPT, and asked Chat GPT to organize it so that I can get all of it done by the end of the year. That took me all weekend. That's why I was so burned out on Monday. I was like, listen, he records it. I'll watch it. I will watch it later. But it wasn't just writing everything down. It was digesting the fact that I had all of this to do. And so when I was writing it down, the first thing that I thought was, okay, I need to baby step this.
Yeah.
I need to figure out a way to do this where it's not overwhelming and where I can do it. And it's so funny that Kim said that she takes, Kim, did you say what did you say? A day? You take a day? Mondays is my day. My husband is home on Mondays. And you know how you men folk are, y'all, need a lot of attention. Yeah. And so I made Monday my light day. And then I am winning by a certain day. So she's got me about to go back into Chat GPT and say, I actually want to win by this day. And that's going to even make it even better.
Win by Thursday, because then you got 4 days every week.
Then I got 4 days.
Yeah, I love it.
But for me, the burnout was, and I wish I had taken a picture of the piles of paper, of the notes that I have been taking this past month.
Dig them up.
It's a lot of information to retain. You guys give a lot of really good advice. But if you don't have any way to execute it, if you don't have anywhere to put it, you can kind of like start to kind of like lose your mind a little bit.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. But awesome exercise. Before everybody leaves, before the top of the hour, I want to share. We're doing a call with Model Match today. We're doing borrower insights. And what I mean by that is a lot of people have been saying, hey, dude, like it has borrower insights. Show me. And I'm like, all right, I just want to show everybody. So I scheduled a time with one of the guys at Model Match where you can go in, hit a zip code, get all the loans, VAs, 6.5% or higher. So people are digging up different deals. And so I want to invite everybody to be a fly on the wall, where you meet at 2:15 Eastern today. So if anybody wants to, just all you have to do is shoot me an email. I know this is probably going to shoot myself in the foot, but shoot me an email, say put me in. I'm going to take whatever email you send from, and I'm going to invite you. This, you got to look in spam, because I'll do it. I'll do it right after this. But if you send me an email, you want to be a fly on the wall, it's a Zoom call. I think it's a Zoom call. Let me look real quick. So we're gonna do a little demo on Model Match, but the number one thing was borrower insights. So it is a Zoom call. Yes, it's a Zoom call. So I have a guy by the name of Mike Paquette. I don't know if you ever talked to him, but he's going to be on with us doing the demo. I haven't told him this yet, so he's going to maybe shit when he thinks it's just me and like 20 or 30 show up. So I just want to, if you guys email me, I'll invite you to it so you guys can see what all this is about the borrower insights. And the cool part about the system is you can do skip tracing right inside. And skip tracing is where you actually go, all right, I want the phone number, I want the email, I want the LTV, I want the rate, estimated rate. And the rate's based on the time that they did the loan. It shows you if they're the primary homeowner, so you can skip trace all of this stuff and open up yourself a bunch of opportunities if you want to. So you know what? I'll try. It's not my Zoom, so I'll try to record it. Great idea. Yeah. I posted my email right there. So Scott@MLOlive.com, Scott@MLOlive.com. Shoot me an email and I'll make sure and invite you guys if you want to go. Just wanted to say that. So sorry to stop the show. I didn't want to forget. All right.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
Can I share real quick, my brief formula for getting out of burnout?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Intake, associations, and affirmations.
Intake.
So intake is what you put into your head.
Yep.
Right. So what you're reading, what you're watching, what you're listening to.
Yes.
Associations, who you hang out with, who you talk to. Groups like this, right? Coaching, associations. And then affirmations is your self-talk. So what are you saying to yourself when you're talking to yourself? And you can reprogram that if you're intentional about it. And I've certainly been in burnout plenty of times.
Yeah.
And that is my formula for getting out of it.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you so much. That's great.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm telling you, right, like, here's a challenge for everybody on this call. I challenge you to remove yourself from digital.
Or use it for good.
Or, I mean, well, yeah, but you got to unplug. You have to unplug.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, if you use it for good, you're still going to get sidetracked. You're still going to sit there and, I used to tell myself this is my escape, which is the worst. I'll be honest. I use it like, oh, this is my escape. I'm just here. Like that's, and so it's not healthy on your brain. It causes like lack of sleep, anxiety, like all kinds of things that they say it causes is being like the light, even the light from the phone and your neck, how you sit, how you stand, how you hold your hand, like all these things, short-term, long-term effects on you. The big one for me, like big one for most is mental. Like it's mentally messing with you. If you're burnt out, you're just trying to keep up. There's so much stuff coming in. They say I heard yesterday we have 70,000 thoughts a day. And we don't control them. We can't control them. We just have 70,000 thoughts. Think about, add that on top of all the stuff that you have coming at you, all the webinars and the phones and the conversations, the emails, the text messages, all the social media. Like, think about that. Like it's like if you remove yourself from it, you slow that down, you slow the roll. And I'm telling you, it's going to be hard. You're literally, okay, I'll be honest. When I don't have my phone in my pocket vibrates. It's like, okay, dude, I'm like, I don't even have it. It's like, that's weird. Because it's always there. I challenge you. I'm telling you, don't do it one day and then go back. Don't do it 2 days, go back. Just do it for a week and tell me you don't feel better after a week of doing it every day. Like maybe it's 8:00 at night, put it down. I would recommend sooner. Nothing bad's going to happen after 6. Nothing. And like Kim said, Deanne said, and Devin said, you will be better for the people you do serve because you'll be rested and more in your head, like with the positive things, instead of just trying to keep up with all the stuff that came in it all the way up until 11 o'clock at night till you shut your eyes and went to sleep and woke up and started back at it again. Like,
I think it's helpful to decide what you're going to add, because we're talking about what we're going to subtract, which I 100% agree with you, Scotty.
yeah, just
But
be in
what
the
are you going to
moment.
do?
Go look at
Like,
birds,
figure out what you're going
listen
to do
sounds.
in place of.
Yes. Yeah. Go for a walk. Go for a ride in your car without your phone. Like do things that, like,
Read a book
or listen to an audiobook or something, like, I guess you can't listen to an audiobook without your phone, but
Exactly.
but like, so it's a challenge. But I mean, like, just sit there and look at the sky for a second. Like, let your mind rest. I mean, it's so crazy to, like, I don't think any of us in this business have done it for 2.5, 3 years. Seriously, but maybe 4 or 5, because it was so good for so long. We worked so hard, did so many loans, and then it was so hard that we had to work harder than we've ever worked before in our lives. And now we're just like 4.5 years now. We're like, I'm burned out. So easy. Now it's so hard. So I'm just saying, think about it. Challenge accepted. Anybody put yes in the thing if you accept the challenge. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be the hardest thing you've ever done, is to put that down, put that phone down.
It's for me, I'm just gonna be vulnerable, but it's an addiction.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, you know why though, right? Tell me why.
I'm so glad that you're doing this, because I'm finding at night, like, I have books to read, but my head is so tired from digital that I don't want to pick up a book, and that's so awful. So I'm in, because I am totally burned out. I took the summer off. Not really. I mean, I've still been closing loans,
as much as you could. Yeah.
I needed to I talked to you about this. I just needed to take a break.
Yeah.
And but I want to get back to my usual, and eliminating that scrolling is,
and I think that's half of the time why we're so tired, and we don't do productive things, because we're so tired of always being on and always being digitized and always looking for that dopamine hit and all these things that
dopamine. Yes.
We think we just want to be there. We're going to miss something. We're going to miss an event or a celebration, or I'm going to miss a like or a comment, or we're so addicted to it. It's just, it's killing us.
Like, think about when we were younger and you only had a landline, and if, like, somebody wasn't home, then they're not home.
Yeah.
I feel like now, I don't have my phone. What if my husband, it's like, it's horrible to live like that.
Horrible. I remember with my sister, my dad put this is when we were kids, and we had the rotary phones with the cord. And we're like, we want our own phone downstairs, Dad, because we played downstairs. Like, we want our own phone. But then if my sister and I were upstairs, nobody would go answer the damn phone. I'm like, I'm not going to get it. I'm not going down there to get it. Like, so I'm like, no, we didn't even care, man. We're like, let's just go play.
Yeah.
So, all right, you guys get something out of today? I see a lot of yeses in there. I didn't see all of them. So there's a couple people that are gonna fight me on this. Or gonna fight me on. So, like, if you said mentally yes, awesome. I challenge you. You're not gonna get a response from me anymore after 6. I used to say, call me, text me, email, whenever you want. You're not, like, I'm done. So I'm gonna lead by example, and so I hope
love
you guys.
That.
Yeah. Cool.
Nice.
Thanks, Kim. Unless it's you. So I'll put a special.
I want to do a shout out
Scotty.
to Kim.
Yeah, shout out to Kim.
Thanks, guys.
I love, oh my gosh, the chat GPT stuff is just amazing. And then to hear Dion, oh my God, if you could see all the paper I have.
You know what? Yeah, hey, have you try this? Kathleen, try this. Take a picture of one of the pages and upload that picture. I bet you it'll pull it out of there for you. You don't have to take notes. I bet you it'll pull it out of the picture. 1,000% will.
You can type extract the text and it will pull it.
Yeah. You don't have to write anything. Just
I'm
copy paste.
using that prompter that you showed us.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Crazy.
Amazing.
Good.
Stuff. Devin, take us out the door, baby. Come on, man.
Oh man,
Come
I wasn't
on.
even ready. Let's see what we got today.
Wait. Hold on one sec. Hold on one sec.
You
I
got
got
I got something. Hold
All right,
on.
go ahead. I just had to end the stream for